Today we're going to talk about other sources of stems you may not know about in this very episode coming up. Hi, I'm Rob Sharp and this is Geared for Worship, where we're helping worship ministries work more efficient to be more effective. So in the world of stems, there are two major heavy hitters, Multitracks and Loop Community. Both have a lot of great resources. Multitrack focuses more on their original masters, and Loop Community, while including some of those, is really known for having many creators with their take on the song. Both of these are great companies, but there are other options out there. The publishing world has been in this for quite a while now. One of the better known is Praise Charts. Not all of their songs have this option, but some do. But if you are not into choirs and orchestras, you may not even know about other publishers, such as Prism Music, Brentwood Benson, Lifeway, and Word. Those are the ones I would call the big ones contributing to this discussion. Now, I know what you're saying, Rob, choir and orchestra, that's so traditional. You mean to tell me those kinds of churches use stems? You bet they do. A lot of those types of churches may not have a full complement of orchestral instruments, especially strings. Some churches even use those stems to fill out their choir sound. Some may lean more conservative with rhythm section and don't have the players of other instruments to pull off like B3, synth, or even two electric guitars. So yes, there are a ton of applications. Brentwood Benson has even started releasing some songs with two sets of stems. One that is very orchestrally driven, another set that is very rhythm section driven. There are some great resources, but I have two main beefs with them. Some publishers choosing MP3 rather than WAV. WAV is less compressed than an MP3. And in the process of creating an MP3, a digital signature is created, which is blank time at the start and at the end of the file. Some publishers choose not to record a click and do a click post. Now, for some songs, I totally understand, and that is okay because certain sections need to be rubato, but quite honestly, most of the click sounds are horrible, and we end up needing to replace them. And because there is no Ableton file, tempo mapping, this is a beast. That being said, I totally understand why they don't do this, because there are guys using Digital Performer and other DAWs. So exclusively committing to Ableton Live might exclude part of their customer base. Not all of them are orchestral or choral, and that's the beauty of stems. It's up to you what you want to use. And most of these are done in Nashville and are great quality. So if you aren't familiar with these publishers, you may want to check them out. Often they will have some of the same songs, but not saturated with reverb like a live recording. You may actually prefer them. I know what you're thinking, why would I go to all that work if Multitracks already has it? And that's a valid point. But again, you may want to step back and listen to your stems from a song-to-song perspective. Is a reverb, the live environment, prominent and changing from song to song? That in itself can sound a little fake and draw attention to the fact that you're using stems, that one song sounds huge and the next sounds very dry. Now, you may have a huge band and you use very little stems, and that's not the case at all, but you may be surprised. This is something people don't talk about, is the presence of stems. If you're in a small to medium church and you're using stems from a recording in a stadium or a giant church, it could sound really out of place. It may not be something the average Joe can put his finger on, but something just seems a little weird. The whole point of stems is to complement. So make sure that they are actually doing that. So what if you use these other resources? What should you be doing in terms of prep? Drag stems into the new set, cut the extra time at the beginning and the end, and replace the click. Sometimes this is not a big deal, and other times, I'm not going to lie, it's a real beast. But there are several methods to do this. but I'll be honest and say warping rarely works in these situations. I usually end up manually creating a tempo map. On rare occasion, I may just convert the existing click into a MIDI track and then apply my own click sound. But there is another option: farm it out, much like churches do with graphic design work. Could you do it? Probably. Is it going to be worth your time, or would it be less frustrating and a better use of your time to farm it out? This is something that Geared for Worship can help you with. But more than anything, I just wanted to turn you on to these resources. I hope I've given you some more options and some new things to consider when purchasing stems. And as always, I hope you will subscribe, click like, and hit the notification so that you will be notified when Geared for Worship releases more videos, as we help worship ministries and worship ministers just like you work more efficiently to be more effective.